Hey everyone, this is Video Game Fan 1999 here, and it is now time for me to do another new gameplay for my channel. But before we get started, I do have a special guest joining with me, and that is Video Game Fan 96.
Hello guys, Video Game Fan 96 here, and today I'll be joining in for this segment.
Alright, anyways, today I'm going to be playing Team Sonic Racing for the Nintendo Switch. So let's get started. And this game is basically the third and currently the latest game in the Sonic Racing series.
Unfortunately though, the Switch version doesn't contain the opening intro, but the other versions of the game does contain one.
Yeah, what Dominic is saying is actually true, because there is actually an intro for this game, but with me having the Switch version, it does not contain the intro on this one for some reason, but it is what it is. Anyways, nonetheless though, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to go to local play, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to Grand Prix mode. Now, what's cool about this game is that there are two different modes of racing that you can do. There's basically teams, or you can just play standard like any other typical racer out there. But for how I like to do this game, I like to play on standard. So we're going to go with that, and we're going to do normal difficulty. And there's basically multiple Grand Prix to do. There's basically 5 in total in this game, and I'm going to plan to show off each of the Grand Prix in their own separate gameplays for this game. So anyways, we're basically going to play through Grand Prix number 1 for this one. So anyways, let's go ahead and get right to it. And you got multiple characters here to choose from. But for basically how we're going to do each of the Grand Prix is that for the first Grand Prix, we're going to use Sonic, and then for the later Grand Prix, when I do those on their own separate gameplays, I'm going to have Dominic choose the characters that we do for those ones. But for now, we're going to use Sonic. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first race. And we're starting off with Wisp Circuit. And on the loading screen for this game, they do give you some tips throughout the race, and also with the different kinds of items that they do have in there. Alright, let's go. I've got a very nice start there.
And some tracks you may recognize in like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and stuff, because some of the tracks from the previous games of Sonic came back. Thankfully, there are new tracks as well.
Yeah, that is true for what Dominic is saying right here. There are some tracks in this game that did return from past entries in the series, so I really did like that those returned on this one. And what I really like about this game as well is that you can hear the characters talk throughout the race right here. I do say that's a very cool thing for what they did.
But for the players who finds the voices annoying, thankfully you can turn them off if you so wish. But for me, when I play this game, I used to have it on the Switch, but I sold it for some weird reason. But I do have the PS4 version. What I'm trying to say is that I keep the voices turned on anyways, because I don't really think they're annoying.
Yeah, I don't think they're annoying either, so that's basically why I do leave it on as well. But everybody has their own personal opinion about what they like to do with that option. The thing that I find pretty disappointing with this game is that Basically, while the past entries in the Sonic Racing series featured other Sega-related characters, they're unfortunately not in this one, which is a pretty big shame.
But then again, it does make sense, as this is called Team Sonic Racing. Otherwise, if they were to have other Sega characters on here, then they may as well have called it Team Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, or Team Sonic and All-Stars Racing.
Yeah, it definitely does make sense on why there are no Sega-related characters other than Sonic in this one right there. But I'm still fine with the way that they did it. At least on the bright side, some characters in this game weren't in the other entries in the series. So it's cool to see some of the Sonic characters in this one right here as playable characters.
And also, the Switch version runs at 30 frames per second, while the other versions runs at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame that the Switch version only runs 30 frames per second, but for me, I don't really mind it at all. Now, I'd still say this version of the game still works out pretty nicely here. Anyways, that's the end of the first race, and we finished in 4th place, which is not too bad. And not good enough for a win, but we can't complain too much for where we finished. And basically, when you finish a race in this game, you'll get credits based on what you get for your score. So anyways, we start off with 9 points after the first race, and right now Zavok is currently in the lead after the first race. Let's move on to race 2, and this time we are going to Ocean View. Now, for what we were talking about earlier, for the returning tracks right here that they were able to bring back into this game, this is one of those returning tracks right here. Basically, this originally appeared in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
And the other thing I don't know about this game, compared to Sonic and All-Stars, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, is that in this game there are no, boat boat and the airplane sections, and because of that fact, it's why I prefer Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed over this. Because of that, well, that implies I find the gameplay to be faster as well. The Transform compared to this, it's not as safe as the bad game by any means of the imagination. I think it's a fun game, but it's why I prefer, that game over this. But that's not to say it's bad though, like I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I also prefer Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed over this one, because basically, if any of you guys out there like the transformations for your vehicle on that game, it's a shame that that kind of feature did not return on this one.
And also, back when I used to have the game on the Switch, I remember my first time playing the game, at first I thought Game Man 1999 was just way too good until I later found out, until I found out he was using the customized parts, and that was when, at the time when I had this game on the Switch, once again, I'm trying to say here, I own the PS4 version now, that was when, at the time, when Ethan and I would play this game together online, I would finally, with my, the Game Finish 99 to, remove the customized parts and make it to where it's set to its default settings, so that way it's more fair.
Yeah, this is the thing that I was actually going to talk about here in a little bit. You may have noticed on my car right here that I actually do have some customized parts. This is a really cool feature that they also do have in this game. Basically, depending on what customized parts you apply to your car for a character that you're using, it can affect your stats in certain ways. Alright, anyways, we got a win right there on that race. And this time we get 15 points. And looking at the standings right now, we are currently in a tie for the lead right now with Zavok. Alright, let's see what happens now in race 3. Yeah, for Sonic Lost World, that is a game that I currently don't have in my collection yet, but I would like to experience it one of these days. It sure would be nice. Anyways, for the next race, we're heading off to Roulette Road, and this is another returning track that we're about to do. This originally appeared in the original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
A bit of a fun fact, in the Wii version, technically speaking, the other versions had this too, but the other versions had an update to fix it, while the Wii version didn't, because, the Wii version lacked updates or linking to the video games on the Wii, but basically, in this track, in the original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, there was a fan art of Sonya from Sonic Underground, I believe it was. But I believe shortly after they released a patch to replace it by something else, or they just removed, or they just didn't put a picture on there, just removed the picture entirely. Well, either way, regardless of such, the other versions, they patched it out because having fan art in a video game just doesn't make any sense unless it's like Sonic Black Knight where they do fan art to celebrate certain stuff. But the Wii version, because of the lack of updates, like I'm trying to say here, obviously they couldn't fix it.
Yeah, I had no idea they actually had fan art on this track originally. That's pretty cool for the way that they did that before updates happened in a whole lot of versions on the original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So, basically, since I didn't even know about the fan art on this track before, where is it specifically on the Wii version?
I don't know the exact location, but if I can remember, I can send you a DM and you'll see what I mean on Discord. Because either way, it's a pretty interesting discovery. I don't know, I don't know if it was discovered maybe it was discovered shortly after release, and they patched it. But if I'm not mistaken, the original artist wasn't even mad about it. If I'm not mistaken, the original artist was just surprised that it was on there. Or I can't be mistaken, but I am pretty sure the person wasn't upset about it either way.
Yeah, for anybody out there that actually knew about the fan art that was on this track originally, I bet all those people out there were pretty disappointed that it got removed on most versions.
But hey, if you want to see the fan art, Google it, or just look for it in the original Wii version of the original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Because as long as you have the Wii version, you'll be able to see it no matter what, as long as you pay attention to the track. Or just slow down on purpose and stop, and you're able to find it that way.
But anyways, going back to this game right here, the items are changed a lot on this one right here. Because basically the items that you get on this game are basically all the wisps right here. You may recognize some of them that appear in Sonic Colors, but some of them are completely new.
Like, for example, the Ghost one.
And we just got another win in first place! So we're going to get another 15 points out of that, and that will put me in first place on myself right now, overall. Alright, anyways, time for the final race here. And for the last race, we're finishing things off at Boo's house.
And no, guys, Boo's house is not to be confused with the Boos in Mario.
Yeah, Dominic makes a good point right there, because we're not even playing a Mario game. If you guys saw during that loading screen right there, right before the race loaded up right here, there is a feature that they do have in the team version of the races where you could actually transfer item boxes to your teammates if you don't want them.
Remember back then when I was playing this game with you guys and we get into the team races? I don't think he knew what he was doing. Right, because I would clearly press B to, hand over an item and he just wouldn't take it, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's been a while since I even did online races with Dominic in this game, but like he was talking about earlier, he ended up selling the Switch version a little bit of a while ago. It would be nice if he does get it back one of these days, but we'll have to see what happens.
Like I said before, I do own the PS4 version, which, hey, it's better than nothing, I guess, but one of these days I'll get the Switch version, because thankfully, because I have NSO, I can use the save data backup feature, where I can download my save data, so that way I don't have to start all over and stuff. Because that's what I did on my Sonic and Tokyo Olympic game, because that was also one of the games I ended up selling, and well, several years later, that was when I got Mario Sonic and Tokyo Olympic games back.
Yeah, that was definitely very exciting that Dominic was able to get back Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 in his collection after the point when he sold that. And I'm really glad he does have that game again, simply because I'm definitely a very big fan of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games series, if you're all not aware of that.
I do have a nickname for that game, but I'm not going to say it in case the topic is too sensitive for the viewers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what Dominic is talking about, but yeah, it makes pretty good sense not to bring it up on camera, because it may not necessarily be a good thing to say. Another thing too that is different with this game, by the way, compared to the past entries in the series, is that you can collect rings on the track right here. Basically, the rings just kind of increase your speed a little bit, and when you get hit out there, then you'll lose all of your rings. So you want to be very, very careful with various obstacles out there on track.
But it does make sense though, because in typical Sonic games, I don't know about all of them, but typically in Sonic games, when you get hit, you lose all of your rings. So that's just, typical Sonic action.
Yeah, you pretty much said for yourself there, Dominic. So it makes pretty good sense of what they were going for on this game.
Unless you want to count my Sonic and Secret rings, we're going to lose a certain amount of them. And I believe something else applies to the Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Yeah, I think it's also the same thing as well with Sonic and the Black Knight, from what I do remember.
Yeah, I was trying to say that on Sonic Black Knight, but yeah, either way. Otherwise, in typical Sonic games, that's how it goes. You lose all the rings with the
We got a rocket right there. That's not too bad. Alright, let's make our way to the finish line. Alright! First place! How about that? Alright, 15 points once again. And that's going to make me the winner overall with a total of 54 points. So that went very, very well, like I was expecting right there. But yeah, that is it for the first Grand Prix right there. So I'm glad that turned out very well right there for what I was hoping for. So yeah, I'm going to plan to do the other Grand Prix as well on their own separate gameplays, like I said. So next time I'll basically play for Grand Prix number 2, and we will see what happens with that one once I do get to that. So anyways, that is going to do it for my gameplay on Grand Prix number 1 on Team Sonic Racing for the Nintendo Switch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.